Yeah, she even cut ties to be someone's mister. Made my dad sit.
Recommended growth gardening within reach grow ideas are
Good evening, y'all. This is Miss Shirley, OG Gardner, Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. And for the ones who's watching the replay, please hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit will be greatly appreciated. And also hit that notification button so that you will be notified of any new videos I might upload. I just want to give a shout out to Mike Chaotic and GT Jr. I forgot to tag y'all on my video. I finally got it done. My hashtag WIG 2025 video with my green. What is that? No, not my green stop. What is that? My hydroponics, my aero garden. Okay. I had to think of the name of it. Let me tell you, when you get old, you get foggy. But anyway, I finally got it done and dropped it. So I appreciate the help and the advice that I have really gotten from Mike and G Mama about okay, you can do it. You got the equipment, you got the seeds, you don't have an excuse now for not doing it. So hopefully I did it and did it right. And within the next 4 to 10 days, which is what some of them said, before they germinate, that I will have that going. So good evening, y'all. Yeah. Hello. Hey, Sylvia. And my Renaissance grandma, how are you? If it wasn't gardening, it'll be starving. They all busy in the bushes. Okay. I hear you, Renaissance grandma. And I seen who was in there earlier, Joshua Gabriel and Psalms 146. Thank you. I appreciate what you was telling me about if you wasn't gardening, what you would spend your money on. I want to say hello to everyone that's popped in and thank you for coming my way. it This weather been bananas here. Yesterday morning, I was out with my brother. It was raining. It was raining not hard, but it was steady. And then it just stopped. And then the temperature dropped. And then it started snowing. Now, with the temperature dropping, it turned the rain into ice and then it started snowing. So you got snow on top of your ice and it's dangerous outside. So now it started back snowing again. It's 28 degrees and cloudy. So it's been rather cold here for the last couple of days. It hasn't, well, it's warm today, 28, because the other day was 14. So it's 28 degrees right now. So it's going to drop down to probably 17 to 15 degrees later on tonight. And the high tomorrow will be in the 20s. So we're kind of frigid here, okay? Even though I'm inside and I'm toasty, I like my hoodies and my little hat. And this hat was knitted by Miss Felicia F.R. Humphrey. And I had found a nice little jacket at the secondhand store, and the colors kind of combination kind of went together. So I thought I was sporty tonight. So thank you, Felicia, very much for the knitted hat because it's quite toasty. Um, yeah, so the subject tonight is if you were not gardening, what would you spend your money on? And Psalm says she would be buying more craft supplies and fishing equipment. Yeah, yeah. And she's in the bushes, and I understand. Oh, I see she's saying hi to Cheryl. So I miss seeing Cheryl. Hey, Bam, there go my brother from another mother. And there I see everybody saying hi to Miss Norris. So hello, Cheryl. I didn't see you. when you popped in. So thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you. Everybody saying hello to one another. Uh, everybody still saying hello to one another. So yeah. Who is that? Blackfish? Oh my goodness. That's someone new in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Oh, welcome to the garden community here and welcome to my channel. Mike said I would spend more on groceries for sure. Yeah, with the prices of grocery going up. Sylvia said, "Oop, okay, I spend more." Oh, that was Mike. The chat keep going up and down. Sylvia said I would be buying fishing gear and a boat. Okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah, growing what I eat. Hey, Greed, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And Lynette Lawrence, hello. Thank you for stopping in. Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, what just happened to my screen? I hate these pop-ups. Pop up all in your face. Thank you. Bye. I'm good. Yeah, so somebody saying hi to TT. So hello, TT. So it's amazing that when you trade off one thing for something else, do you consider that a sacrifice for the good, or do you feel like it's wasted money? Because when you garden, it's an ongoing thing. It doesn't just end just because the season is over. You're already prepping for the next season before the old season ends. So it's very much an ongoing expense as well. Because if you don't get enough compost that you made, you're going to need some additional soil. A lot of people have been buying the galvanized raised beds. You're buying netting. You're buying some type of twill or some kind of insect cover or frost cover or stakes or your tomatoes or stakes to put around on your garden bed so you can put covers over them to keep out that dreaded white uh, it's not a butterfly, the white moth that lays those little ugly green the eggs, and it had the little worms that will make your brassicas. So you're constantly spending money on your garden every season. It gets a little easier in how much you add to your garden according to what you put in it previously. So garden is always going to be an expense. And then a lot of people like to expand their garden. So if you're expanding your garden, that's more work for you, and then according on if you have a homestead, you're buying big equipment. Hey, Cassandra. Yeah, did you get your package there? And that can go into tractors. Like Led bought a tractor. He's want to dig his own pond, to have water on the land. Or like also like GG Naturals, and Eco, they had to drill for a well and hook up, for sanitation, for water and whatever. And you have chickens, or if you have quail, animals cost money. Their feed costs money. The cleanup behind them, if they get sick, got to buy medication for them. It's a lot. So if you're not doing all that for gardening, what would you spend your money on? Would you save up for a new car, or save up for you feel like you could buy your home sooner or land sooner because you're not spending it on garden equipment? Because a lot of people, when they started out, they had nothing. They had the land, but then they needed tools. You might have had to buy shovels and spades and rakes. I keep saying I'm not going to expand my garden, but keep expanding. Yeah. And then people been buying green stocks like they were a hot commodity. Hey, Angela Calloway, thank you for coming in. So, I mean, there's always money you're spending on. It might be chicken wire to enclose your gardens, keep out the critters. Some people invest in a pew pew to help with the critters and four-legged and two-legged ones, that might want to venture into your yard for no reason. Some people still use the old-fashioned way of using wood to build and make raised beds. So yeah, it can cost you when you first start off. But if you keep expanding, it's gonna cost you. It's not gonna stay the same price. Yeah. And every time some people we have seen just revamp the whole garden. We've seen Gina used to have grass in the backyard. She don't have grass back there anymore. We just seen Veggie Farmer make, new greenhouses and set up and stuff. You know, all of that costs money. And so it's amazing when you sit down and start calculating if you're buying wood and galvanized screws or nails to put into the stuff. And like I said, building a roof over it or a greenhouse. Greenhouses aren't cheap. Even if you buy them from Walmart, you're paying $200 and $300, and that's not including the platform that it stands on. And sometimes you would have to hire someone to help you put it together if it's too much for a single individual. So that adds up. So if you had the opportunity to spend that money on something else other than your garden, what would you spend it on? Well, Mike said, boo, grass. Mike, I ain't seen grass in about 15, 20 years. I got ground cover and food. I haven't had when they redid the street. And so they were putting in new curves and they were spraying people's tree lawns with grass. And so fortunately I was out there that day they were spraying. And I told the guy, I said, hold up. I said, excuse me, sir. I said, please don't spray the curve. And he's like, and he turned and looked at my garden. He's like, yeah, I understand. I said, yeah. I said, do you see grass anywhere? He's like, no. And I said, I don't want to start it now. So he's like, cool. And he moved on to the next house. So yeah. My friend's homemade wine. This, I'm trying not to get the gentleman who made this wine just went into hospice today with lung cancer. So I'm drinking it for him. Guava. And he makes a real good wine. Hey, Tigsy, hi. I see you slid on in here. I might miss you guys. I'm talking and running my mouth, and I'm not looking at the chat at the same time. But I do appreciate all you good folks coming in this evening. So let me hear some more ideas in regards to what would you do if you weren't spending your money. Oh, okay. I haven't checked my emails. Yeah. Thank you, Cassandra. I'll check it. Thank you. Yeah, so I've been trying to keep my spirits up because he and his wife been married 63 years. In January, it would be 64. We don't know if he's going to make it to the end of this month, much longer, January. So it's rough. Hey, J3, how are you? Thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you. J3, I need you to send me an email with your address in it, please. I want to send you something. Sir, will be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Sylvia. Yeah, so I've been trying to spirits up today and I've been peeling around the house. Have you ever got into that frame of mind where you just want to stay occupied? You just don't want to think about things. You get to cleaning. You'll start pulling everything out your drawers or out the cupboards and wiping cupboards down or out the closet and reorganizing, where you can just refocus your mind when you have a loved one that could lay down today and not wake up in the morning. And I've been trying to keep myself busy all day. I had to minimize. I wanted to go in the basement. I got a load of clothes in the washer. No, I finished washing. That's what it is. I got everything folded in the basket. I need to bring the basket upstairs. I just didn't want to hit them stairs. My niece said, sit your little narrow behind down. And I was like, I'm not going to argue with you because if you buckle and I fall, that's not going to service either one of us. So I'll see if I get my nephew to come by here tomorrow and bring the whole basket out the basement all the way up the stairs. But the only reason I want to go down is the light. I got a couple of lemons, big, no stuff. And I hope they ripen so that I can really try them because this will be the first time I've had lemons get this big on my Meyer lemon bush. So I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah. Yeah, the same thing, Tigsy. I'll be saving the money. Most of money is for plants, trees in my garden. Yeah, I will be buying some more fruit trees, even though um, I have room for them. I would have to get them in the early spring and get them in the ground as soon as I get them so that they can acclimate before our winters come in. And then I could add, mulch or whatever around them to help them get through their first winter. I'm not dragging all that stuff in and out the house. And I had looked at my Orient pear that it was a beautiful gift from Fifi. I still see new growth on it, so I know it's still alive. I ain't killed it. So yeah, that's why I did my video today because I was like, I gotta do something. So yeah, 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 it is a lot of stairs. And my girlfriend, well, my brother who took me, he could only come up so far. He has a pacemaker, so I felt, I was like, bro, just put it on the landing. I said the stuff that is cold in the hallway. I said ain't nothing gonna go bad out here, okay? Got canned goods and whatever. I bought the chicken in, and matter of fact, I seasoned it and baked it. It's in the oven right now as we speak. And I'm gonna steam some of that broccoli to go along with it. But yeah, they still out there on the steps. And my neighbor lives on the third floor. I told him to go in there and look and see if there's something that he wanted. So yeah, I share with him. It didn't cost me anything, and he's a good neighbor. Oh, thank you, Blackfish. We like you too. Cheryl said, I hope they make it too. It would be nice to see you on your channel with big lemons. I would sport them. I'd probably be crying like, my lemons made it. Look at them. Because I was looking at one of Jay's videos today and he was slicing up a lemon too. And I was like, I want my lemons to get like this. Oh, I would love that. I would definitely do a video. That day I would not forget to do a video. I will make sure I have my phone in my pocket so when I go down there, I can like show you me picking it off the plant the whole 9 yards. Right now, I'm trimming back all my figs. I want to start some new figs for the spring. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, that is a lot of stairs. Tigsy, let me tell you, when I go outside my house, it's 7 steps, then it's a landing. Then there's 7 more steps, and then there's another landing. And then it's 5 more steps, and that's the side door. If I want to go in the basement, it's 7 more steps. So believe me, I get my exercise. I don't sit around all day. I do, and that's not only doing laundry, but taking out the trash or whatever else I need to do. Yeah, I am nice and toasty, G Mama. I am. I am nice and toasty. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's cold here. Shoot, it's only 28 degrees outside. I turned my heat up a notch. I was like, when it went off, I was like, wait a minute, this house cooling down too fast. It got to be cold out there. And I was like, yes, it is. And it's 28 degrees. Wait a minute, did it drop? Yeah, it's 28 degrees. Now it's going to drop down to 17 tonight. Mike, you see your girl. She knocked out. She been sticking close to me all day. It's amazing how your animals can pick up on your feelings, whether you're in pain or whether you're in sorrow. They know when something's not right with you. When I'm having a bad day or things is not going right, I can't peel her off of me. She will stay with me all day. And then other days when I'm feeling fine, I can't find her. She's somewhere hiding somewhere in the house. But you said, dang, I only have 16 steps. B said, I do. I can't climb stairs like you guys anymore. My leg is messed up for life. The nerve damage is irreversible. So I can only take steps one at a time going up and one going down. I actually tried to dance today. I was like, yeah, I got to get my balance together. Hey, Tia. Yeah, I'm all right. I have my I say my pity party. I was snorting snot for a minute, and then after I finished, I was like, okay, that's enough. You got stuff to do. Get up and go do it. Yeah. And Tia saying hi to everybody in the chat. And say I've been drinking this homemade wine and it's good. Now I'm getting hot. Yeah, it's good wine though. Yeah, animals know. When I was working at the hospital, when I was working, they used to have a woman that came through once or twice a week with a golden retriever for some of the seniors and people with Alzheimer's to pet. And every now and then a dog would sniff someone and knew they had cancer. And we would send them down for x-rays and it's all right. What you say, G Mama? Slow dancing is some good exercise. Yeah, I have to have my cane when I decide I want to wiggle because I don't want to lean over one side and now like, oh, yeah. What Cheryl says, shake your groove thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Show you how to do it now. And I can wiggle sitting down all day. Getting up, that's a different story. I better be leaning against a chair or a wall, and I'll be going like, "Oh no, yeah." So going to the gym, doing leg press, trying to keep this muscle alive. But getting back to the subject, so if you were not gardening, what would you spend your money on? This particular one is apple, Tigsy. It's good. It's apple with a hint of cinnamon, and it's got a nice little kick to it. It's good. L Triple G, good evening. Thank you very much for stopping in. Oh, hey, Garden Hoe, I didn't see you. Yeah, go on vacation. Yeah, I love to go on vacation. Love the garden. Hey, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming in and joining the garden family here. Thank you. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, I do like to travel. Next year, I hope to go back to Jamaica. Oh, I do that too. I spend my money on my grandbabies. Yes, I do. Right now, on my great grandbaby. My granddaughter just turned 35, so I ain't spending jack on her. I'm on the great grandbabies now. So I'm looking for Elmo. The great grandbaby likes Elmo. She got Elmo house shoes, and when we're over there, we have to watch Elmo on the TV. Country Hustle. What? Old dog up in here. Oda. Whoop whoop. Arr. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I know a lot of us have dreams, other than saving up for retirement. There's a little things that we would like to spend our money on. I just reunited with an old friend I had lost contact with, and I knew her before she retired, and she did everything. She had a new roof put on the house, new windows, had the house painted, put new fence up, paid her car off. She said when she retired, she don't want to owe nobody for jack. And so she's gotten into. I do need a new tractor. I hear you, J3. Yeah, so uh, that equipment costs a lot because we was watching. Who was that? Eco? About was it Annabelle? He named his tractor. I remember when he first was trying to save up for Annabelle, and how he needed to help clear all them trees and stuff on there. So yeah, garden equipment can be expensive if you're going into farming equipment like tractors and trailers and all that stuff. That stuff ain't cheap. I was looking at one of them farmers and he was telling me how he was paying something like $100,000. I was like, for what? That's right, Cheryl. Tell him hit that like button. And that was for one piece of equipment. So it's according on how deep you are into your gardening and how far you want to take it, you know, that can make a difference in the equipment you buy. And even the little things that we buy, like the raised beds and stuff, that stuff adds up. And soil is not cheap. You know, we're always looking for a bargain when we go into the garden centers. We're always looking for the clearance section first and checking out what you got. You know, if you got the funds at the time when you go in and you see what you like, you're going to buy it. All right. Because you know, if you don't buy it now and you come back and it's gone, it is what it is. Country Hustle said, if I wasn't gardening, I would spend my money on auto and carpentry tools. Let me tell you, I used to work at Home Depot many years ago. And my granddad, he was a tinkler. And I always believed in good tools. It's like, you know, you got to have the right tools to get the job done right. And I used to keep up with the guys in the hardware department. And I would ask them about when y'all get scratch and dents, how you mark them down. Man, I was getting drills and hammers and circular saws and oh, I know my equipment, okay, when it comes to the hardware department. And hey, Nikki, OCD is chick, and what they call a scratch and dent. And I had a friend who came over one day and he was working on something in the house for me. He said, Dag, I don't have so and so and so. I said, I got it. And he looked at my toolbox. He said, your toolbox look better than mine. I was like, why do men think women don't like tools? You know, I was watching, who was that, Homestead Heart Marie, when they was doing the hoop house. And she was telling me, she said, I ain't scared no power tools. I ain't either. I would cut wood and build my own wooden raised beds and stuff before I got into this galvanized and all this other stuff. I like working with my hands, long nails and all. I can do it. I enjoy it. That's something I'm good at. I will help you build your garden. I will build towers and stakes and stuff for this. I like rebar for tomato cages because they're strong and sturdy and they will take the weight of the load of tomato. A lot of people don't know that rebar, if you want a tomato cage that ain't gonna bend over with the weight of your tomatoes, use rebar. Cut off about 2 inches of the rings at the bottom and countersink it, please. That rebar will stand any kind of tomato plant you got, and you could get rebar tall enough that for a plant that's 5 or 6 feet tall, it will hang with the big dogs. Hey, F. Smith, well, where you been? I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I love all you folks who then popped up in my chat tonight. I really am. Y'all just don't know. Y'all making me feel so much better. Country Hustle said, if you're gonna judge me by my toolbox. Yeah, I got a really good toolbox. Sylvia said, I'm building a toolbox as I need new tools I don't have. I actually went to I don't know what you call it, like I don't know what you call it. I went on the west side and I found an old rusted toolbox, the old kind that opens up and it's got the handle in the middle and another piece in there. I bought it. And I'm finna take all the rust off of it, clean it up, and put some of my tools in it. Yeah. Yeah. And like I go to a lot of estate sales. I have bought some pliers that I know cost $50 and $60 and got them for $2 at a yard sale. I have several pair. I have doubles of everything. Phillips screwdrivers. Yeah, the whole 9 yards. It don't make a difference. It could be clamps, it could be eye protection, goggles, um, and even for automotive, I got tools. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Excuse me, y'all, if I kind of go in and out. I'm trying to keep from crying because I'm really worried about my friend going to sleep and not waking up. I'm more worried about his wife than I am about him. There's nothing else they can do for him, but it's her that I'm worried about. Miss Sylvia, I got to get new tools from moving and me allegedly not knowing where I put them. Yeah. When I got my first drill, it's the old fashioned one with the cord from Sears Craftsman. Yeah. And then I upgraded now of cordless drills and what have you, saws, hand saws, and I've gone to cordless saws. Yeah. Weed whackers. I done bought a new one and I've been wearing that bad boy out. Yeah. So, yeah, because when I put them on curtain rods and, my brother came over one day with his drill. So I told him, come on, sis, I'm going to help you put up your curtain rods. And he walked in the room. He said, who put your curtain rods up? I said, me. I said, I didn't call you. I don't know what makes you think I couldn't do it. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. I learned. I lended out. I loaned out a particular tool, and it didn't come back. And I literally went to their house and I banged on the door like I was the police. I was like, "Give me my tool back, or I'm gonna rip your door off." He went and got it. I said, "All you had to do is return it." Yeah. Yep. I was like, no. I've had people that live in this house go in my toolbox when it was in the basement, and I had some really good tools disappear. So now my tools is up here in my dining room. You know, and it wasn't just the people downstairs. I believe my landlord took a few tools out of my toolbox. I was like, boy, boy, boy. I said, you can't trust nobody. Excuse me, y'all. I had to blow my nose. Yeah. Thank you, Nikki. So, since I like to travel, I would be saving my money to pay on my trips, and then I travel with a group of friends, so it comes out. Girl, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me cut my conversation short. Farmer Chaz, girl, I've been laughing at you and your brother with them hot pepper tasting. And he just keep hollering, I ain't no punk, I ain't no punk. And then he turned around and said, oh, it's in the back of my throat. Your brother has me dying. I was like, ain't nobody called you a punk. I was like, it's Peppers, dude. It's Peppers. We ain't trying to mess with your manhood. He cracks me up. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you got my tools and you helping me here at the house, I guarantee you I'm all up in your Kool-Aid. And I do know what flavor it is because I'm gonna make sure that when you finish with my tools, you hand them back to me. I loan them to you while you're working for me in the house. But when you get ready to leave, I have my hand out. And I immediately be like, what? I was like, don't say what me. Ninja, give me my tool. Yeah. Oh, what you say, Miss Shirley? You talking to Sylvia. Yeah, and so yeah, I like to travel and I like thrift stores. I got so much stuff that it don't make any sense. Like I think I paid $1.50 for this. They have like 50 cent day, and then they have up on the wall orange and pink tags. If it's orange tag is 50% off. Is if it's a pink tag is 99 cents. Everybody, I got a little what they call it, crossbody purse that everybody likes that I use. That way it keeps my hands free. And I was like 99 cents. It was $1. And since it had an orange tag, they had to take that penny off. I don't mind secondhand stuff. And when I come home, I throw the whole bag down the steps straight in the basement. Nothing comes upstairs until it gets checked and washed. Yep. And take all the price tags and the staples out of it. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody saying hello to one another. Everybody saying hi to Farmer Chaz. Yeah. You know what, Nikki? Though I've been pretty good lately. I ain't had any missing socks in a while. Um, it's amazing. I've been finding all my socks because as soon as I go in the dryer, I grab them and I ball them up and throw them in the basket. Sylvia said my tools go missing and I find them someplace I didn't put them. Now, one thing I do, hey, pretty girl, I see you creeping in here on me. Where I was working out in the garden and I have 99 pairs of the same, pruners or whatever, because I have a garden on the front porch. I have a garden in the backyard and I have a garden over in the lot. So I try to have tools in all the different places. So if I'm trimming or deadheading or whatever, I don't have to rob tools from one area to go to another area because once I go down them stairs, I ain't coming back up. So I got tools everywhere in the same way with garden gloves. I got friends who give me garden gloves because they know I'm always out in the yard. Sylvia said, I hate to look for anything. Everything has its place and everything in its place. I understand that. You got that right. Who is that? Oh, okay. I see you in the morning with Frugal Mama. Thank you. I never can pronounce all of that at one time. But welcome. Welcome to the chat tonight. Oh. What is that? How do you say that? Oh man, it keeps disappearing. And enter. Okay. All right. Hey, Shamika. Thank you for coming in tonight. I'm trying to get all these names straight. Everybody saying hello to one another. I appreciate y'all coming in this evening. I do. And I will be doing my live for Christmas. I don't celebrate that day. I know a lot of people will be celebrating with their families, but I will only do an hour uh, just to end out the year because that's pretty much will be it for the year. So yeah, I love you guys. I really enjoy your comments. I appreciate you when you go check out my videos and stuff. That's very encouraging, because sometimes it's days where I was like, dang, ain't nobody even checked this in. I got 2 people coming in, and then as the days go by and the time goes by, the numbers go up. So I do appreciate it. But if I wasn't painting and gardening, which I've been doing all my life, so it's nothing new to me. But I've learned to put a little extra to the side because, like I said, I do like to travel. I do. I like going places. Um, I have a friend who's into travel agent, and he has a trip for Spain and he has one for Hawaii. I don't have Spain and Hawaii money, but I do have Jamaica money, and it's only 4 days and it's all inclusive. So I'm hustling, babysitting, doing whatever it is needed to do to earn that little money to go on my trip. It's not until December of next year. So it gives me time to get it together because not only do I have to pay for the trip, I have to pay for plane fare. We're not going on a cruise. We're going to fly over. So, yeah, I'm going to be hustling. Oh, that's Shamika. Oh, I know who Shamika is. I just was trying to pronounce the first half of that. Okay. I normally see that on the end of that in parentheses. It's not on there. So, okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Jeep. Helping me out with that. Woo. Okay. But yeah, I know a lot of people would either be buying new furniture for the house or upgrading the wardrobe or putting the money aside for something, for or maybe a trip. They might want to take a trip somewhere nice. Uh, And Presbyterian, if you're in the background in the bushes, I am not left-handed. I'm right-handed. It's just that it didn't do the Muriel when I did my video. Because when I went to look at it, to play it, I was like, it looked like it looked like it turned everything around. No, I'm right-handed, not left-handed. Country Hustle said, uh-oh, I don't even have Jamaican money. I barely got Netflix and Chili money. Hey, I don't have Netflix money. My granddaughter got Netflix. I'm trying to get her to come over here and hit that little what they call it, QR code and let me have some Netflix. Because when I go to our house, I binge watch. I go up in the bedroom. The guest room is my room. I go up in there with the baby and shut the door. We binge watch everything. The baby look at me and I was like, hey, you with Nana now. You gonna watch what Nana watch. Ain't no Miss Rachel today. I got a half and a pipe penny. Yeah. Hey, let me tell you, I found a penny on the ground yesterday hanging with my brother. I was like, I take all nickels and dimes. I ain't sure. I ain't ashamed to pick up a quarter. I did find a quarter last week and stuff. And I got a jar. I put that change in. That adds up. You collect enough stuff, you'd be surprised. And if it ain't but $5 or $10, that's $5 or $10 more than what you had. So yeah, I ain't no shame in my game. I will hustle. I'm from the old school. I don't sit around with no cup begging and asking folks to give me stuff. What's this song say? I don't ask nobody to give me nothing. Open up the door and I get it myself. Yep. That's the way I look at it. I just saw you can pressure can cabbage. Good to know. I have so many cabbages. Yeah, I got a couple of cabbages yesterday from what was that? The food bank. The food bank has some nice veggies. Some of them bell peppers was going bad. Well, they were getting a little old. I was trying to get them. I said, shoot, I bring them home, cut them up, put them in the dehydrator, and make some green bell pepper powder, please, and put it on your food because I love the taste of bell peppers. They was like, no, you only can get 3. I was like, okay, so I got 3. I wasn't gonna argue with them. I mean, this was free food, and we made sure that we could go. And they let you go through and pick out your own veggies and stuff. If it don't look right, you ain't got to get it. Like some places say, yeah, you got to take this. No, I ain't. No, I don't. I can just pass this by altogether. Yeah, they already stopped printing pennies, so coins about to be extinct. I got jars and jars of pennies that the people who used to live downstairs hated pennies and they would throw them in the driveway. And when I go outside to work in the garden, I picked up every single one of them pennies. By the time they moved up, I had $3 in pennies. And I was like, I don't get it. So yeah. So I want to learn how to make I know how to make coleslaw from cabbage. I want to learn how to make kimchi. That's why I want to learn how to make kimchi. I remember my grandmother had cabbage and green tomatoes. She would make cha-cha. Yeah, so I would enjoy making that. Yeah, so I know some people spent money in buying canners and steamers and jars and the equipment that comes with the lifter, the metal top, and all that stuff that goes with it, racks to go inside your pressure canners and what have you. Some of you have even elevated up to the point of buying the Americana. Those things are huge and weigh a ton, but you can put 2 layers of, jars of stuff in there if you're doing a large amount of canning. Gardening can be expensive, right? Let's don't sugarcoat it and make it sound sweet. Gardening can be expensive, and it depends on your taste. Cha-cha, I never heard of that. You ain't never heard of cha-cha tea? Oh my goodness, girl, please. On your greens or cabbage, you can make it hot and spicy with some jalapenos in there. It's like a relish, and it's delicious. Oh my God. What you said they wouldn't take my pennies the other day at the corner store, talking about that's too many. Why? They can't get rid of them because if somebody else is coming in shopping and they need a penny, they gonna need it. Yeah. Tia, look up Cha Cha. Girl from the old school. Old Southerners from down south. Yeah. My grandmother used to can, she used to pressure, no, it's not pressure can, hot water bath, everything. From peaches, making homemade brandy, apple butter, all that good stuff. Cha cha. Oh, I love me some cha cha. Ooh, it's so good. G Mama said I'm about to increase my fermented foods. Oh, okay. The chat just jumped. They round up and down to not take the penny. Yeah, well, give me a nickel. I take that nickel. I see somebody saying, "Hey, JK." So JK Gardner in here. I see you now. Good evening, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. My check keep going up and then it go down. Then it go up and then it go down. They round up and down to not take the penny. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take all my pennies to the bank. Roll them up, take them to the bank. See them getting pissed off. It's money. Which country also said, I love me some cha cha. Yes, it's cha cha is good. I am because I think my dad made it, but I never heard it called cha cha. What did he call it? Tia? If he didn't call it cha cha, what did he call it? I know that's right. You ain't rounding down my change. Mm-mm. Give me my money. Okay, you said chow chow. We call it chow chow. Everybody got their own. My grandmother was from Georgia. I got folks all over Georgia. Augusta, Atlanta, Albany, Columbus. They all over Georgia. So I'm a country girl living in the city. Yeah. That cha cha was good with greens. Oh my goodness, with cabbage and some cornbread. And I'm old school. I go as far as a glass of ice cold buttermilk. Hanging with my grandmother because my grandmother made everything from scratch. Everything, bread, biscuits, whatever. She'll make some ham with some red eye gravy. Oh my gosh. Them were the days. These kids nowadays, they don't know what good eating is, true food, not this microwave stuff, all this processed food with all this sodium, that's preservatives and stuff, canned stuff. Real food made from scratch. Mm, them were the days. Oh, so you don't remember the name for it? Okay. Yeah, it's like a cabbage relish. Yeah, with green tomatoes, all that good stuff. Yeah, and I'm a city girl living in the country too. Okay, pretty girl. I ain't mad at you. I love it. I know I got a lot of old ways and old sayings from my grandmother. I know somebody asked me one day, "Where you from?" I say, "Born and raised here." They said, "You sound like you from down south." I was like, "My grandparents is from down south, so you have a tendency of picking up some of the little sayings and what have you from old folks back in the way." Because my granddaughter, my grandma used to say, "Child, hush your fuss." She just called me Shalane. My name is Shirley Ann. She called me Shalane so long I thought Shalane was my name. Yeah. When she said, I think my dad made it, but I never knew the name for it or remembered the name for it. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you ate it and enjoyed it though, didn't you? I ate everything my grandmother cooked. I was what you call her taste tester. I'll be in the kitchen. I'm the first granddaughter, and my cousin Earl's the first grandson. So before my aunt started having other siblings where I would have cousins, I used to hang in the kitchen with my grandma, and I got a chance to taste everything. The old fashioned thick bacon where you take the skin off and cook it till it was like crackling or yeah. Oh, that remind me. Did I buy a bag of that somewhere? I got some crackling somewhere. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so those were the good old days. See, some of you folks don't understand back in the day where everything was made from scratch. You didn't go to the supermarket and buy anything. The only thing you bought was meats. But everything else, we had a garden, a huge garden in the backyard. When they came from Georgia to Cleveland, she bought an apple tree sapling and a Georgia peach tree sapling and a grapevine. And we had fresh fruit and veggies in the back. We didn't have a garage until my granddaddy died. Then they put a garage back there. That whole backyard was nothing but a garden. I have not had crackling bread, yeah, in a long time. Yeah, my grandmother had that bacon grease and crackling and poured in that grease can, and she had that. Yes. Oh boy, I miss my grandma's cooking. Oh, she make homemade, what is that, butter. And I churned too. I had a churn, man. I felt like Popeye after I got through churning. We had the old fashioned crank for making ice cream with the real rock salt back in the day. Had that butter churning where, man, you had, oh my god. I mean, we had stuff from scratch. They didn't have this at the supermarket. That was in my grandma's kitchen. Us grandkids took turn tag team trying. I was like, I can't do this no more. My arm about to fall out the socket. Then my cousin Earl would jump in and doing it, listening and talking down my hair. Yeah, so those was the days, you know. Oh, whoo. Yeah, hush your mouth and hush your fuss. Yeah, them old folks, yeah. And my grandma, I tell my grandma, said, she looked at me, she said, child, hush. You know, like it didn't believe me. I was like, Grandma, they was doing so and so. And that's when we had the tie lines where you can pick up and you can hear everybody talking to everybody. You find out who was pregnant and was sent down south to have a baby and come back like ain't nothing happened. Yeah. Find out whose husband was tipping with whose wife. Oh yeah. That tie line was no joke. I was cheering for the butter and ice cream. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was good though. It was real ice cream, and you didn't have to worry about it upsetting your stomach because it didn't have all them additives and preservatives in. It was real ice cream. You know what I'm saying? And we had the old fashioned percolator that had the little glass top, and once it started heating up, you could see it popping up in there and brewing. You could smell it through the whole house. Yeah, I'm strictly old school. I'm so old school, it scared me sometimes. I was like, but I can tell you one thing, I will survive when others won't and can't because they so dependent on the modern day things that they don't know how to supplement and make that change and going back to the old ways because the old ways still work now. You know, just because everything's been modernized does not mean that the old ways do not work. Crooked Peach, what you doing up this night? All right, up this time of night. You supposed to be getting ready to take a bath and go to bed. You be up there at the crack of dawn watching the sunrise. Right, Sylvia. We grew up with real food. We know what real food tastes like. Yep. And when I try to, like, I will make certain things for my granddaughter, and she'd be like, Gram. She's like, I went so and so and so. It didn't taste nothing like this. Hey, Gail, miss you. Haven't seen you in a minute. So, she said we are half Amish. Yeah, I hear you. Thank you, Crooked Peach. I appreciate that. I did not grow up with real food. I had no freaking idea what real food was until about 4 years ago, and I'm still teaching myself how to cook. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. At least you're trying. You know, you're not totally depending on all this processed stuff that you want real food. Because people fail to realize when we were kids, we didn't have all these problems with acid reflux and upset stomachs and all. Only very few kids had food allergies. For the most part, most of us was healthy. And if you got sick, with the homemade remedies. You was only sick for 2 days, and then your butt got kicked out the house. Go to school or go outside. Get out my face. And people don't realize, oh, I'm laying up for the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks for what? I had a cold. What kind of cold did you have that had you laid up for 2 weeks? Please. After they got through pumping in castor oil and Father John and 3 6s in your behind, I guarantee you would feel better just so they wouldn't pump you with no more of that stuff. Are you crazy? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You doing it, Peach. You got chickens and ducks and geese and all this other stuff. You doing it right. You doing it right. You got the right stuff. Fresh eggs and all that stuff. Seeing you and Chad out there building your hoop houses or whatever. Yeah. I was sick all my life, actually, until recently. I did not grow up on real food, but that's all right though. You finna change all that though. Yeah, but you changing that now, so you know what to do in order for you to feel better. Yeah. So that's what you're doing though. You're doing it the right way. So you're correcting the wrongs, and you aren't too far gone where you can't do it. You can still get in there and change your habits of how you eat and what you eat. Like I see you in your kitchen cutting up fresh veggies, making stews and what have you, soups and stuff. You're doing it the right way. You're putting back the natural vitamins and mineral stuff that your body can assimilate, okay, and break down. And you can have regular movements. You know what I'm saying? Everything will flush through your system. You're not constipated. You don't have the acid reflux. You don't have bloating. You don't have all that other stuff because you're eating the right foods in the right proportions. So, yeah. All right. I see folks saying, Ro. You grow, Ro. You in here, baby girl? And my body has healed from 3 different and all sorts of I used to have to take that. Exactly. When you're eating right, your bottom will respond. That's the word I'm looking to. Ew, castor oil my mom gave her. Yeah, my grandmother would give us a half a lemon or a half an orange. She'd tell you to take a bite of it, and then she would give you a teaspoon of castor oil, and then she'd tell you better not throw it up. And you'd be like, you didn't throw it up, because if you didn't, she would give you another one. And yeah, you pooped for 3 days, and then you was all right. Hey, GT, I'm sorry that when I did my video, I didn't tag you or Mike. I was just trying to get that video out. So I got my video out. Sorry I didn't tag y'all, but I got the video out. So I got everything planted in there, and I got the lights on, and I'm on my way. You're right. I used to have all the things to it. Yeah. Once you start cleaning out your system and giving your system a chance to regulate itself, you'll feel better. Your energy comes back, your skin clears up, your hair grows, you don't have as much shedding. You can kind of lose weight, you can kind of tone up stuff. It's amazing, when you eat right and exercise, how your body responds to it. But you said castor oil was a weekly thing in my house, and fish oil too. Not only fish oil, mineral oil will help as well. Yeah. Thank you, GT. I have never taken castor oil in my life. Oh, girl, weren't you lucky? Yeah, I use castor oil on my scalp. I use it on my face too. It's a good moisturizer. Castor oil was all natural. And that's when they tell you, when you look at castor oil now, look at the ingredients to make sure that it doesn't have anything else. If it don't say just castor oil, it's not castor oil. That means it's been processed, not that other stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I used to use mineral oil. When I was pregnant with my son, I rubbed my stomach with mineral oil to keep the skin soft because I blew up like a balloon. And I guarantee you, when I had my son, I don't have a stretch mark on my stomach. Now, my thighs and stuff was a different story because once my stomach blew up, I couldn't see my legs and my feet anymore. They got a little stretchy, but I don't have a stretch mark on my stomach. It's flat and stretch mark free. So, yeah. Yeah, I keep castor oil in the house. It comes in handy. That's right. That's right, bro. Said we didn't get castor oil growing up, thank God. I guarantee you. Well, everybody had their own methods and stuff they had to give their family and their kids. So yeah. Oh, yeah. I had cod when they ran out of castor oil, we had cod liver oil. Believe me. We had cod liver oil, 3 6s, Father John. The nastiest medications that you could think of. My grandmother had them in the house. And then she had sassafras tea that we could drink. Believe me, I've been through the gamut and the list of all the stuff we used to take back in the day. Yeah, we didn't. If you got sick, you didn't stay sick long. And when I got the mumps, we had sardine oil put on our faces and the rag tied up like what he said, the bunny ears. Oh my God, my grandmother did all of that. But like I said, you stayed sick a day or two, then after that, you was up and running. LGGG said, "Well, wow, Nikki, your parents dropped the ball." They say, "Yeah, you was lucky because back in the day, yeah, yeah." I'll be right back. I just heard my timer go off. I told you I'm baking that chicken that I got. It's I seasoned it up, man. I laid it up. I'll be right back. Well, I can't run but so fast, so give me a minute. I'm back. Thank you, Dolores. Thank you, Dolores. I appreciate it. I tell you, Dolores be on point. I love you, D. I love you, love you, love you. Yes. Wait a minute. All right. So I was like, why am I squinting? There we go. Ah, there y'all are. Okay. Creepy said, Miss Shirley, was your grandma a sickly woman? I'd be surprised if she was. No, my grandmother was a little short, 4'11". And I used to kiss on the top of her head. She hated that. My grandmother was never sick. My grandmother died of a broken heart. My grandfather died first. He was 88. She died at 90. They were married 66 years before granddaddy died. No, she wasn't. I see people saying hi to Shakara. All right. Life with Shakara. Hey, good evening. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you. So yeah, so Dolores, thank you so much, girl. You be right on point. Love you, love you, love you. So let me put that question out again. If you were not gardening, what would you spend your money on? Because I know a lot of these people in our garden community did not start hardcore gardening until the pandemic hit, and they weren't able to get out. And they also seen the prices of groceries at that particular time starting to go up, and they decided to go into gardening. Now, I know some people who have stated that they remember their grandparents gardening, and so they do have some knowledge, but they never really got into it themselves. So when they started gardening, they have somewhat of an outline and they kind of worked from there and then they kind of, improved each garden season. We should say grow more house plants and crafts. Yeah. Excuse me, I can see that. Oh, yeah, I can see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. At the time, you was what with Frugal Mama, more garden equipment. I mean, gym equipment. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, and that's what I thought that because she knew the old ways, the right ways. Yeah, but that was the way my
Maybe
grandparents
the
and them.
money managed
They
somewhere
were
in one of the
were what they call it. Had the word in my head, then lost it. Sharecroppers. Okay. My grandfather could not read or write. My grandmother was the head of the family. She was the matriarch. My mom and them, they picked cotton. I came from a very illiterate family. I had to help my mom learn how to read and write. I had to help my siblings read and write. I didn't come from a real big educated household. So even my dad couldn't read or write. Um, so I come from a long line of struggles. And what I learned, and even the Bible tell you, when you surround yourself with wise people, you become wise. So I surrounded myself with educated people. I became friends with these ones. They helped me with my diction and pronunciation. And that's how I learned to survive. I already knew how to hustle, but I learned how to survive, which is a difference. So I've come a long way and I'm not done yet. So yeah. LGG says fresh coconut waster on a warm water on the beach, and I need a full body massage every day if I was not gardening. Let me tell you, every time I go to Jamaica, the first time I went to Jamaica, I was in a cabana on the beach with the white flowing drapes, the water crashing up against the beach, the sandy beach. And I treated my sister. She went with me. She was my roommate and had a massage from my head to my toes. When it was over with, we did neither one of us wanted to move. And she's like, I'm sorry. She said, I let y'all can stay 5 more minutes. But she said, but we got some more people coming in there. Them girls had us so relaxed and felt so good. That's what I would spend my money on when I go. I have to have a spa day when I go on a trip. Got to. I've had a massage in Mexico, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Canada, all over the US of A. So yeah. Oh wow. All right. Cricket Pete said my great grandmother was a sharecropper. I didn't get a chance to get to know her, but she lived up to 90 some something years old. She was never sick either. Yeah. Well, they knew all the herbs. Like everybody's back into herbs now, and they got all these herbalists and what have you. They're just getting back to where they should have been and never should have left before the big farms started coming in and writing you prescription for everything. Yeah. Yeah, but you said this is a must. Went on vacation, get a massage. Oh yeah, woohoo! Yes. Well, you say Jesus. Yes, indeed. So yeah, so I figure if I work hard and I go somewhere, I've had massages on cruise. I've had them on all these fancy what they call resorts and what have you. So I've had massages everywhere. So yeah, it was worth the money. I figure if I gone that far, I'm not sitting around twiddling my thumbs. I'm gonna have some fun. All your healings are in leaves. Yeah, we can grow what heals us. Let me tell you, when I went, where was we at? My sister and I. She told me I could never show those pictures. We were in some part of, I can't even remember. Dominican Republic might be. They had this clay that you put all over your body. I mean, clay from head to toe. We had swimsuits on, and you put this clay on, and you let it dry, and it is supposed to pull out all the impurities out of your skin, whether even if you got oily combination skin or whatever, cleanse it out. And then they had outdoor showers where you would sit and rub and wash all this water off. I mean the clay off, and your skin was so smooth. Gail Cooper said, "My sister's 99 and I'm 74. Never knew my grandparents. Parents were born in 1902. Okay, I would have my money put into traveling and my funny, Miss J.K. Gardner. Okay, I understand that. Yep, work hard, play harder. Oh yeah." Yeah, this will be about my third or fourth trip to Jamaica. I like Jamaica. I like the people, as they say, the culture, the food. They just been cool. Where we're going, we found out wasn't hit by that hurricane, so the trip is still on. Yeah, I'll put my money into traveling my family. Yeah, I already put my money into my family. You know, they always getting something. Like right now, like I said, I'm looking for Elmo for Gigi. I call my great granddaughter Gigi, and that's what it stands for, great granddaughter. So she called me Nana. I'm Nana, and she's Gigi. And when she finally learned, she just turned 2, and she turned around. She looked at me. She said, "Nana." I was like, "Yes." She said, "Mommy, yes. Dada, Daddy, yes. Nana." I said, "Yes." She said, "Mommy, yes. Daddy, yes. Nana." And I was like, "Yeah." "And you, Gigi?" She said, "I'm Gigi." I said, "Yeah, you Gigi, I'm Nana." She said, "Oh." Oh, yes, explicit with C saying, yes, clay, yes, Kino pools or mineral pools. Yeah, I've done that. Well, you didn't like Jamaica people? It's not a place I would stay for 7 days again. Okay. Girl, I guess you wasn't in the right spot. We're around the right folks because I had folks that knew how to party. We had a good time. I didn't want to leave Jamaica. My sister, she picky too. She wants to go back to Jamaica. When my sister want to go back to Jamaica, I know she had a good time because she's very, very picky about places she go and things we do. But yeah, we had a good time. Hmm. Yeah, that mud and that clay, it was nice. It was real nice, and it turns white, and it was just fun. We were standing out there like this, looking like statues turning white. We had it on our face, our arms, I mean, it covered your body. Only place it didn't cover was where you had your swimsuit. And it was fabulous. It was fabulous. And I'm February 16th, will be 7. Oh, you get ready to join the big girls club, huh? Yeah, I flew there the first time. The second time we went by cruise. Third time we went by cruise. This time I'm flying again. Yeah, I've been 74 minutes, so you finally getting with the big girls, huh? Yeah, I like the food and had a good time. So the guy told me, he said, we one time we went to Ocho Rios the first time we went, then we went to Montego Bay. He said, "Oh no, 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 no. You don't say Montego Bay, you say Mobe." I was like, "Okay, Mobe." Yeah, we was in a good spot. Lynette Laura says, "I have to have seeds to garden. I just have to have at least 2 seeds. Even though I am on a what's that? Roster? 3 years. I love to dig in dirt." Yeah. Contacting with the dirt is natural because we are made from dust. So therefore, when we make contact with the soil, the electromagnetic forces that are in the soil will calm you, will ground you, and it makes such a big difference. When I work out in my garden, I come back in the house, take a shower, put on clean PJs, and sit down. I sleep like a newborn baby. It just seemed to take all the stress and anxiety out of my body during the course of the day and just give my body a chance to relax, relate, and release. So that's what I love about gardening. So he said, "I won't go to Mobay again. I want to try port." Okay, Antonio. Okay. Besides, I am a big girl now. Yeah, but that's what it is about gardening. I see more people keep giving me answers about the money that they would spend and what they would do in gardening. Not so much is that if they didn't have that money to spend in the garden, where would they spend their money at? Because I know y'all had to have other hobbies and other things that you like to do before. Like every now and then I grab my girlfriend. I was like, let's go shoot some pool. I like pool. I like to shoot it. I don't go as much now as I used to. I got a fair stick,
Planes,
you
yes,
know,
over.
but I would rather go and buy, 2 square cubic yards of compost or mushroom compost than to go and pay the fee to go shoot some pool. That's just me. I'm not going to stop doing it, but I like doing it, but I just don't do it as often. Yeah. Ooh, LGG said, my dream trip is Africa. Can't wait to see that continent with my own eyes. Okay, Sylvia said, fishing is my thing. I know Fifi loves to fish. She was showing videos of her fishing. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of things we used to do before you started gardening because a lot of people was working. All they was doing was working, going home, you know, work with the kids or whatever, and gardening wasn't a thing. It wasn't a priority at that particular time. Then when the pandemic hit, everybody's priorities changed. Some people were able to go through the pandemic with little to no problems, and then others were on manic explosions. Divorce rate went through the roof. Husbands weren't used to being with their wives all day, and wives and mothers was not used to having their children home all day, every day. There is only so much that you could do with your children according on how many you have and how big your home is. Whether or not people can go and get away from one another. If you're in a small house in a small environment, that was detrimental to a lot of families. Yeah. Frugal Mama says she likes, okay, fishing. Lynette, go to a secondhand store. Shoot, that's where I got my walker. I was like, why should I have to pay for a walker when I go to a secondhand store? They had a price. It was no price on it. And the young lady asked me when I got to the counter, how much you want to pay for that? I said $2.50, $2.50. I got a walker. And then a friend of mine bought me some golf balls to put on the bottom of it when before I started being solely dependent on the cane. And I have a rotator, a walker, and a cane. 70 plus gardener. Hello. That's all right, baby. You ain't that late. You're not that late. I got about 10, 15 more minutes and then I'm off of here. Yeah. So I'm on one too. And I've learned that I can only, I can't get down on a knee that's been replaced. I can only get down on the other knee. So yeah. I learned to make adjustments. That's what you got to do. I like fishing too. Matter of fact, what I have the other day? Orange roughy. I went to get some more catfish. They was out of catfish. But we got a nice spot down here off the lake where they have real good catfish, and I like it. Um, when I was little, my dad used to take me and my siblings, down to the Lake Erie, and we would fish for, at that time, um, white, what is that, whiting, and what was the other one? Oh, I can't even think of the other one. And I would get out the house and give mom a break, and we would fish, and then we would bring it back home, and dad would take it outside in the garage and clean all the scales off and cook fish. That's when we found out my sister was highly allergic to fish. When we ended up in the ED because our face swelled up. So my sister can't be around seafood, fish of any kind. And I love seafood. And I told her, I was like, go over there because I'm finna eat some crabs, some shrimp, some scampies, the whole 9 yards, because I'm not allergic to seafood. I eat it all. Some mussels. Hey, if it's seafood, I said crab, crustaceans, I can eat it all. Oysters on a half shell with some hot sauce and a little lemon. Hey, I'm good to go. I'm a seafood fanatic. Tia, you got to go. I understand, sweetheart. You have a good night as well. Thank you for stopping in and glad to see you. I appreciate you. Sylvia said, I had not issue, not an issue during the pandemic. Yeah, not everybody was as fortunate. They wouldn't let me leave the hospital without a walker. Yeah, well, hey, if they want you in an upright position and that's safety on your part, I wouldn't let you leave out of there either. Yeah, they wouldn't let me leave out without a rollator. Yeah. Today, someone tried to scam me. They said someone opened a credit card in my name. Oh, yeah, yeah, jump on that. Yeah, you like seafood too, Gail? Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, some people had an issue with the pandemic, you know. They wasn't really a tight knit family from the get go, so when the pandemic hit, that made it even worse. I called Chase, told them to hold on. Yep, my fish house really have orange roughy. It's so good. Yeah, yep, yep, yep. We got some good supermarkets out here with a good fish department. Really good fish department. Today, oh, okay, I read that. So yeah, so it's a lot going on out here in this world. And now that the prices of food is going up, people are really getting into hardcore gardening. They have all these challenges going on. Like T-Nog had the collards and cabbage, and I see some some really nice, collard greens is bigger than my hand, bigger than my head, the size of the leaves, and they had them for Thanksgiving, and now they're waiting on that second cropping for Christmas. So if I find that the advantage of people going all the way into gardening and putting their money where they can see the return more so than what other things they might have spent their money on. When you spend your money in gardening, you can see your money coming back to you. You can say that's money that was well spent, whether it's on seedlings or on seeds, or whether on soil, or whether on a new raised bed, or whether it's shade cloth for next year, or frost cloth, or some kind of netting to keep out that little white moth, or bird netting to keep the other flying animals out of your garden. You already know where your money is going. You know it's well spent because you can recoup that in what you get out of your garden. So, therefore, you can see where your money is going and you can enjoy it. You can say money well spent. I am on a walker and take it in the garden. Just got a garden, folding bench, limping and hopping. We go, hey, that's what I do. I swing this leg. Did you say I am gardening in ground next year? All my perennials going in that dirt. Yeah, you know what you want to do. Growing out the box. How are you? Hey, growing out the box. I went into your shop and I was trying to find that pink and white knit hat, and I didn't see it. I saw everything else, but I didn't see the hats. I know your wife was pushing them on you when you when you was doing your live, so I wanted the pink one. Girls like pink. The white one, I might get it at another time, but I would like the pink one. Oops. Okay. Sylvia said, yes, going to the store for food is becoming a thing of the past unless for meats. I need some more storage space or, yeah, more land. Yeah, that too. Gail said, now I have to buy lettuce, parsley, celery, and such for my bunny. Can't wait until I can grow them again. Be careful on that lettuce. They're always doing recalls on lettuce. So be careful on that. Don't want to feed it to your bunny. Make sure you wash it real good before you give it to your bunny. Uh, yeah, growing out the box. So yeah, I was like, oh, Okay. My chat keep going up, but then it goes down, then it go back up, and then it goes back down. So yeah, so when we're out working in our gardens, um, we're thankful. And now, which I've heard, and I'm gonna try come spring, I got a second set of what do you call them things? Little cages and stuff to use in my arrow garden. I'm gonna start my own seedlings, especially the ones that takes the longest to start, especially like my peppers, like my cayenne and jalapeno, and my tomatoes, especially my purple Cherokee tomatoes. I want to start in my arrow garden and then be able to transfer them out to the yard, so I can save on costs on seedlings. So starts. That's what I want to do. You can grow herbs inside. Yeah, yeah. I want to do some. I got some parsley, I think, in there. I got parsley, and I think I found one that has thyme. And everybody, I know a lot of people like to grow their basil, basil inside. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, it's a great seed starter. Yeah, I've been listening to y'all. So yeah, so I'm gonna try. Like I said, I already got my foot in the door. I actually got it planted in the lights, and I didn't show it, but I did add a cup of the fertilizer in the water for the plants, the seeds that I dropped in there. So I seen Bama stuff start blooming, start coming up in 2 days, and so hopefully I'm doing it right, and mine will start. I got my lights on a timer, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I'm looking forward to it though. I got excited now that I finally got started, so I'm really excited about it. So yeah. So growing herbs on the inside. I actually have in my kitchen window right now, I'm growing what is those? Onions. I've been clipping off the tops of them. I've been using them in my eggs in the morning and a few other things. So um, I'm doing that. So yeah, got a little basil. Ah, look at Samson popped up from out of the bushes. Mike pushed me into growing inside. Thank you, Mike. Well, Mike did too. Mike been telling me for the last what 3 years, Mike. Mike been like, Miss Shirley, you can do it, you can do it. And I was using a light on it, but I wasn't putting anything in the slots. Has anyone bought seeds from Victoria Seeds? How are they with unusual seeds? Never heard of Victoria Seeds. That's a new one. I just got hip to 99-cent seeds, and y'all already seen the video I did on them. I got a bunch of them. I'm not familiar with Victoria Seeds. I would have to check them out. Yeah, Mike pushed me into it too, Sylvia. Yeah, and I know basil is easy to grow because I put it in my green stock. I just dropped seeds in there and stepped back, and basil just kind of took over. So I know how easy basil is to grow. But but that's what I like about our garden community. When we don't have enough faith in ourselves to try certain things, other folks have already tried it and it's tried and true. And they tell you it's not that hard. All you got to do is take that first step. Quit saying what you can't do and try it. You like mama said, try it. You might like it. Try it. That's all you can do is try it. You can't say you don't like something if you don't try it. Just like they say, how you know you don't like it if you never tasted it? Same principle. If you never tried it, you can't say that you can't do it unless you put forth, effort to do so, regardless of what it is, whether it's gardening, a job, maturing, families, the whole 9 yards. Uh, I bit the bullet, brought in my thyme, turmeric, ginger, and tangerine basil. I hear you, LGGG. 99-cent seats will have you spending so much money buying five. I know. Didn't you see my video? Man, I just went in there I said I was going to spend $5. A dollar, 99 cents a pack. Shoot. Yeah, right. If y'all saw the video, it was a lot more than 5 packs of seeds. So, yeah. Everybody's saying growing out the box saying hello. Yeah, I'm ready for 2026 growth season because, this season is over for us for outdoors for Ohio. Yeah, it's cold, it's nasty, and you better, everybody fussing at me to stay inside because of so much ice and snow and a constant change in the temperature. Like, you ain't got to tell me. My brother took me out. He was right on I was right on his arm. He made sure he dropped me off at the door so I didn't have far to walk, even when it was raining. So my people if they take me out the house, I guarantee you they're taking good care of me. So that is not an issue. So everybody's saying hi to growing out the box. So yeah, y'all, it's been an hour and a half. I appreciate everybody who came in alive this evening. I really do. And as I always say, I'm Miss Shirley, the OG gardener. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. And please make sure you hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. Hit like, share, and subscribe. And as I always say, enjoy your day. And y'all come back now. You hear?